So this is a two-day trip, 3 games. First game is Norwich under-21s versus Bromley under-21s today, and then 2 games tomorrow. Hopefully, Man United under-18s away at West Ham under-18s if we can get in at Rush Green again, and then in the evening, Port Vale versus Wrexham. So here we go then, it's a 3-game trip, a 2-day trip, so I'm going to have to stay over. So how I'm going to pack here is going to be quite crucial. Now, I'm going to be going to a game tomorrow night, Port Vale, where they are really harsh on what you can take in and bag checks and security at the gates. So I know I've got to really pack very, very carefully. I know Rush Green's going to be fine, and I know that I'm going to have all my stuff in the hostel when I get to Norwich, so there won't be an issue at those games. But I don't want to pack too much. So here's what I've got here. So as you can see on the table, I've got a pair of boxers and a pair of boxers and a pair of socks. I can use the same t-shirt twice, that's not going to be a major issue. Little grey bag below the boxers is my backpack, which unravels into a nice little backpack, and I can fold it up again like into that, and that works perfectly for me. I can slip that into my pocket. Showed you before my little flannel, which I can use as a towel, and next to that obviously my toothbrush and a little bag to put the towel in when I need to get when it's wet, obviously after I've dried myself. And then obviously we got an apple to eat tomorrow morning, and then a pork pie for tomorrow night, and also some beef jerky for tomorrow afternoon's lunch. It's only a small thing, but it does fill you up with being high in protein, so that's good. And those I can just about survive one night like that, so that's fine for one night's packing. And also, as you can see by my the pants here as well, what I can do is I can fold down that thing, I can use my normal jacket, and I can also put things in my jeans here, which I've got these special jeans which have extra pockets. They're like combat pants jeans, so they've got 2 extra pockets in them, so I should be able to slip everything easily into my pockets tomorrow once I've eaten the food, and that I can roll everything else up and put it into either my jacket pockets or my jeans pockets there quite easily, so everything should fit in nicely, and I shouldn't have any issues at the turnstiles at Port Vale tomorrow night. Right, so here we are at the hostel. I'm staying at this hostel, which is above a pub right outside Euston Station. Staying in London because London is easily accessible from Norwich, and obviously easily accessible from the north of England as well. So I can get back to Chester or whatever, or Stoke, as it will be tomorrow, very easily. So it's a good place to base myself for the evening. I can get back from here after the Norwich game tonight. I'm definitely never going to get home from there, so I'm going to stay here. Now, the issue with this place is it is a very basic hostel, £15, great price, great location outside Euston Station. However, this offers very limited facilities. It's got no kitchen and stuff like that. Basically what they're looking for you to do is to buy food and drink in their bar, so they don't offer you a place. I do actually have a fold down table and a fold down kettle and stuff like that, so I can make food like dried noodles or whatever in boiling water and a hot drink with my fold down kettle, and I can make sandwiches on a little fold down table if I necessarily need to, if I'm staying for more than a couple of nights. That I can do, but I haven't brought those with me because I'm only going to stay there one night. I've got my apple with me for the morning, and I can just buy a cup of tea somewhere. That's not too bad. I could have brought my fold down water bottle if I'd have so wanted to, if it had maybe been a bit warmer, and just had some free water from one of the free water refill places around the place. But I could have reduced it even more, but I didn't do that. I probably will just buy a drink in the morning anyway. So the other thing to spot here is that this place definitely does not do well with plugs. When you go into the rooms here, I've stayed here a few times, as you can see, there are plugs by every bed. I have fallen lucky by my bed there is a plug. But obviously I was prepared for that not to be the case. The thing is, there's definitely not enough plugs for the amount of people that are going to stay in this bed. There's 6 beds in here. There's not 6 plugs. I think there are 4. So you could be unlucky and you could not get a plug. Now, I haven't brought my large power pack, which I can use as a sort of plug if I don't get a plug. Haven't brought that with me, so it's essential that I'm going to get a plug. So I have obtained one by leaving my normal plug, which I take with me. This is a plug I take everywhere, as you can see. It's a fold-up plug. It's got 2 USBs on it. It means I can charge 2 things at a time, which I will need later on. But for now, I have plugged in one of my little radios. I'm not going to be able to listen to the game at Norwich on anything tonight, so I know that radio is not needed tonight, but I will need it tomorrow night at Port Vale. Possible that I may be able to listen to tomorrow night's game on the radio. However, tonight I won't be able to, so the use I'm going to use that for tonight is I'm going to put it on charge here in the hostel while I go out to the game at Norwich. So that will keep the plug for me. Chances are people are not going to take that off chance. I have had it happen to me, but that's very rude. Why would you do that? One of the things that I have noticed in the past that people will do is if people see something fully charged and there are nowhere else to charge something, people will take stuff off charge and leave it next to the plug if they see something is fully charged. So it's essential that you try and go for something that isn't showing you whether it's fully charged or not. This radio is very basic. It's not going to show you whether it's charged or not. So the easiest thing to do is to put that on charge. It's not going to show you whether it's fully charged, and people are going to tend to leave that on charge. When I come back, my plug should be in and my radio should still be on charge, and that will give me the opportunity to then charge what I will need to charge, which will definitely be my phone and possibly the one power pack. I've only brought one power pack with me to reduce the one I've got with me, so I might need to put that on charge. It's going to be a long day tomorrow, so I'm going to need my power pack and I'm going to need my phone tomorrow, so I need those to be able to charge up tonight. I shouldn't have to charge my headphones. I've got two pairs of those with me. They both last about 24 hours each. They're little and easily fold up in my pocket, so that's not an issue with space-wise. So hopefully this will work now. And it's a good little tip to how to keep a plug, how to keep a socket to keep stuff charged. Is always make sure you put something on charge, and something that's not going to show you how much charge it's got in it. It's always worth keeping an eye out for stuff like that you can do when you are looking at having long journeys the next day when you're staying in a hostel like this. So I got myself up to Liverpool Street where the train to Norwich is going to go, and I did some stuff in the pub there, had a drink and did some stuff on Vinted and eBay. It was the Bull pub just outside Liverpool Street station I was in. So, like most of these training grounds, they're out in the middle of nowhere and they are difficult to get to by public transport. This one is no different. So it was taxis both ways. I couldn't get like an Uber or anything when I got here at Norwich. So I ended up having to get a black cab from the station, which wasn't great, £15. But got myself to the ground, so that wasn't too bad.
That's a great goal.
So I tried to download at half time a local taxi app to see if I could get a taxi back a bit cheaper No, well, I did. It was £1 cheaper than the local taxi app. So actually, the black cab wasn't too expensive in the end, really. So again, another £14. So that's £29 on taxis, which isn't great, to be honest. It's not going to help the total there. But it is what it is with these training grounds. They are a bit of a pain to get done, but they're another tick and it's another ground done, so you just got to get yourself through it. So with only one train an hour back to London at this time of night, I had a drink in Wetherspoons, just about a 5-minute walk from the station, and I did some video editing while I waited for the train. So it looks like we can't get into tomorrow's game at Rush Green. So I looked and I could go up to Stoke early, or I could go home for a bit. I could do the old hair cutting and I could do a bit of packing up of the old eBay and vintage stuff that I've sold. So I think I'm going to go home. There's not much difference in it. I'd probably spend the extra couple of quid it's going to cost me to get a single up to Stoke on the train. I'd spend that in the pub, probably just trying to sit around doing that. So I'm going to go home and try and use my time productively. So unfortunately this video will be slightly shorter than expected, and it's going to just be a one game video, and we'll do another one for the Port Vale game one tomorrow. So that's it for this video. Not the best money wise really, with the expensive taxis and a long way to go, but it's a new ground and a new tick, so can't be unhappy, I suppose.